If you've ever installed Windows, there is a name you probably already know: Rufus. Rufus is one of the best tools out there for creating a bootable USB drive. It is lightweight, fast, reliable, and trusted by millions of users around the world. The software got its latest update on April 30th of this year, and it comes with some huge changes. So today, we are going to take a look at what is new and see why so many people continue to use Rufus after all these years. Let's check out the changelog directly from the Rufus website. Go to rufus.ie. Navigate a bit further down to find the changelog section. The main changes here are under Windows User Experience Improvements. Number 1 is the option to add a quality of life option. This will disable Teams, Outlook, Copilot, and other Microsoft software that many users probably do not want installed by default. To be clear, this is not a full debloating option, but instead it removes some of the forced Microsoft software and gives you a cleaner Windows installation experience right from the start. Next is the silent installation option, which is extremely useful for IT professionals or technicians who install many machines on a daily basis. For a regular user, however, this option might be a bit scary because what it does is automatically format and reinstall everything without any prompts or warnings during setup. Yes, you heard me right. No prompts, no warnings, nothing. It does this by detecting the first installed drive on your system, the one that Windows will identify as disk 0. If you have more than one disk connected to your system, be very cautious with this feature. I strongly suggest physically unplugging any additional drives and leaving only your Windows installation drive connected before using it. An option called Copy SKU Side Policy has also been added. We will not dive too deeply into this one because it is more technical in nature. This feature is tied to KB 5042562 and relates to newer certificates and bootloaders used by modern Windows installations. Another nice touch is that the developer added tooltips for all the dialog options. This is especially useful for beginners because every option now includes a short explanation when you hover your mouse over it. We will see these tooltips during this video. Following the list of changes, we can also see that Rufus now includes limited support for L-Torito UEFI image extraction. This is primarily intended for handling Dell BIOS Update ISOs that store UEFI boot images using L-Torito boot entries. The implementation currently focuses on extraction support only and may not handle all L-Torito variants or hybrid layouts. This may sound technical, but it is a very useful addition for advanced users and system administrators working with Dell recovery or BIOS update media. There are also improvements in error reporting, UEFI partition labeling, Linux distro compatibility, antivirus detection, and exclusion handling. Overall, this update brings both usability improvements for everyday users and advanced functionality for power users. I genuinely love this software, and I hope you will enjoy this video as well. And of course, if you do, make sure to hit that subscribe button too. Now let's download the software. Go to the download section and find the version you want. I will be using the portable version. It is essentially the same as the standard version, but it does not require installation, which makes it perfect for carrying around on a USB drive or using on multiple systems. Next, we will need a Windows ISO file to download. It is always best to use the official Microsoft website to get your ISO files to ensure safety, authenticity, and the latest updates. I will skip the download process for the purposes of this video. Now plug in your USB drive. You need to have the USB drive connected before you start Rufus so it can properly detect it. Typically, you will need a drive with around 8 GB of storage, although larger drives are recommended for newer Windows versions. Launch the software and select whether you want to receive updates or not. The interface is simple, clean, and very beginner-friendly. Let's take a look at these options one by one. At the top, you should see your USB drive listed automatically. Leave the boot selection option as it is and click the select button next to it. Now choose the Windows ISO file you have just downloaded. When the ISO file is loaded, you will notice that the partition scheme and target system options become available. Go with GPT for modern UEFI BIOS systems. The MBR option is mainly intended for older legacy BIOS systems. If you are unsure which one to use, GPT is generally the best choice for modern computers. Leave everything else as it is and click Start. The pop-up window now displays all the options we will need for our setup, and if you hover your mouse over them, you will get a tooltip explaining each option in detail. This is a fantastic addition because it helps users understand exactly what each setting does before making changes. Here we can see options such as removing the hardware for GB memory and TPM requirements, as well as removing the Microsoft Online account requirement. Other enhancements allow us to disable privacy questions, BitLocker drive encryption, and apply quality of life improvements that disable certain Microsoft software and background services. Be very careful if you select the option to silently erase the disk. Remember that this option will erase the first disk connected to your system and install Windows without any prompts or user interaction whatsoever. Always disconnect any additional drives plugged into your system before proceeding. Once everything is configured correctly, click OK to start the process. Do you like this tool so far? Wait until you see it in action. Give this video a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's continue with the installation process. Go ahead and restart the computer. Boot from the newly created USB drive to begin the Windows installation. The installation starts normally. Continue with the setup options and configure your settings as normal. At this point, the Windows setup is still as we know it. Select the Windows version you want to install and prepare your Windows drive according to your needs. I will install Windows on my drive 0. The installation process will now begin immediately. I will speed this section up once again to save some time. When the computer restarts, we should not receive any prompts regarding TPM requirements or the 4GB RAM limitation, and we also should not be forced to create a Microsoft Online account. Everything should continue smoothly and automatically. Wait a bit, and the setup will complete without requiring any user interaction. And there we go. The setup is complete, and we can now start using the computer. Simple, easy, and extremely convenient. Rufus continues to prove why it remains one of the best Windows USB creation tools available today. Whether you are a beginner installing Windows for the first time or an IT professional deploying multiple machines every day, this tool can save you a huge amount of time and frustration. If you found this video helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Your support truly helps the channel grow and motivates me to continue creating more valuable content for you. Thank you very much for your time and for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.